What date do we have here?
February 11th, 2020.
All right. I'm going to back it up. I want you to take a look at this. What do we got over here?
This open walls, and that's I believe that, I can't remember if that's a window there or open garage door there.
Okay. So, looking out here, when I ask you,
See headlights from a,
that's what I'm getting at. What do we have here?
headlights from a vehicle.
All right. And they're turning which way?
Appear to be coming off of Jones Road and turning left.
Okay. And would that be towards the McMichael house?
Yes, ma'am.
And then what do we have here?
The male now identified as Mr. Arbery walking in.
Is he running through the house?
No, ma'am.
Is this the only video that Larry English sent you that night?
I do believe so, ma'am.
All right. So Larry English never sent you any video showing how Mr. Arbery actually left the location?
I do not recall any additional video.
So while you were standing and talking about Mr. English, Mr. Gregory McMichael and Travis McMichael were both standing there.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And you indicated that Mr. English has sent me, he's sending me one now. It's always been just in there plundering around. He hasn't seen him actually take anything.
What page are you on, ma'am?
We're on page 14. And we're looking at lines 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. He hasn't actually seen him take anything. You say this to Greg and Travis McMichael.
Yes, ma'am.
And what does Greg McMichael say?
His response was, it's criminal trespassing.
And what do you say?
Yeah, at very least. Or so, I don't know what those little dots there mean, or dashes. Loitering, I also mentioned possibly loitering and prowling.
All right. Now, with regard to December 7th of 2020, okay? I'm going to have you keep looking at that page. Did you respond to an entering auto at Renee and Bubba Herndon's house?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so the next thing when you talk about the house on the corner, the guy with the Jeep, all that, is that location?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And did you respond December 7th to an entering auto?
Was it December 7th or 8th? I think, did I respond on the 8th and it happened on the 7th?
We'll go
In that time frame.
in that time frame.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's go ahead and say it happened on the 7th. We got your call on the 8th. Did
Yes.
you respond?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you talk to both the Herndons?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And did they have some video from the front of their house?
Yes, ma'am, they did.
And did you watch that video?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was the person who went into their Jeep and stole their guns? White, black, Hispanic, or Asian?
Appeared to be, based on the video they provided, it was grainy, it appeared to be a white male.
And was that image of a white male then posted to Facebook?
I believe Miss Herndon, or Mr. or Mrs. Herndon, one, posted it to Facebook.
Okay. And after that, December 8th, entering auto, did you respond to the next entering auto on January 1st, 2020 at Travis McMichael's house?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So do you have any idea when Larry English says he's been captured on video at other places, whether they're talking about Renee Herndon's posting on Facebook or something else.
I'm going to object on speculation unless you can lay a better foundation. How does this officer know what Renee Herndon's talking about or anybody else is talking about unless there's a foundation for it?
Just rephrase it. Yeah. Do you have any idea?
Did Larry English tell you that he had seen Renee Herndon's posting on Facebook?
I don't recall him saying he's seen that specific posting, though. No, ma'am.
All right. And I believe in your police report that's related to February 11th, 2020, I think you indicated that Mr. English had posted these videos to social media.
Talking, as I canvassed the neighborhood, talking to people, people would say, I've seen video, I've seen stuff on Facebook about it. My understanding was that the videos were posted, but obviously I don't know that I guess I'm learned now that they were not, so they must have seen the video.
I object. This is all a lot of speculation.
He can testify to what he understands was posted, but not what he thinks may have happened.
And what he learned now or from talking to Dick.
Understand.
Okay, so at the time you wrote your report on February 11th, 2020, did you believe, because you put it in your report,
Yes.
that these videos, what we just saw, had been posted on Facebook?
My belief were that at that time, yes, that they had been posted.
And you were a member of that Facebook group, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Did you check to see if they were posted, to see if people were posting comments and had knowledge?
No, ma'am.
Okay,
I'm a member of that group, but I do not follow that group on a daily basis.
gotcha. All right. And so you don't have any idea what it was that anybody had seen on Facebook?
No, ma'am, I do not.
I'm going to show you what has been marked as State's Exhibit 327. However, I'm only going to show you pages 327A and 327B. Okay? So take a look at 327A and 327B. See if you're able to recognize those images.
Those are the images from Renee Herndon, and those are, I see at the top that's from Facebook.
All right. This time, the state would tender into evidence states 327A and B.
No objection. It's okay.
No objection.
May I look at it? No objection. Mr. Goff?
No objection.
They're admitted.
State's Exhibit 320, oh, that's out of focus, 327A. Is this a still shot from the video you saw when you responded to the Herndons on December 8th, 2020?
It is.
And is this also another still shot from that video showing the car that was involved?
Yes, ma'am.
So I just want to be clear. When you put in your report on February 11th, 2020, that Larry English you believe Larry English had posted to social media, did you ever verify that he'd actually done that?
No, ma'am, I did not.
All right. Do you even have access to Nextdoor?
No, ma'am, I do not.
And directing your attention to February 23rd, 2020, were you at work that day?
No, ma'am, I was not on duty.
All right. Did you have anything to do with the investigation into the death of Ahmaud Arbery?
No, ma'am, I did not.
And one last thing. Have you been named personally in a civil lawsuit in relationship to this case?
I have.
All right. Has that in any way impacted your testimony today?
No, ma'am, it has not.
And directing your attention to May 19th, 2020, did you actually speak with the Georgia Bureau of Investigation that day in relationship to this case?
Yes, ma'am.
And that was prior to any lawsuit being filed?
Yes, ma'am.
At this time, Your Honor, I will go ahead and pass the witness.
Maybe a good time so I can get set up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and take a 15-minute recess. We'll